Hello, gamers. Welcome to an electric amiibo training guide featuring this little guy. Oh, isn't he so adorable? Yes, but he packs quite a punch. So why don't we get to some of the moves that you should definitely be using if you're going to be training yourselves a Pikachu amiibo. So let's start things off by going over his up tilt, and this one is a good combo starter. It can string it to itself multiple times, and then you can even finish with an up air for maximum damage, but up tilt definitely going to be something you should use. I don't want to say quite often, but definitely use it a lot. I know that didn't make sense, but use it pretty frequently. There you go. Use it frequently, rack up the damage, and then always finish off with some type of air attack, preferably an up air, because, well, it just works. Now for down tilt, this is another one that you should use at close range, and always follow up with another tilt attack, or possibly a neutral or forward air attack. So again, this is another move that is a combo starter, and yes, the amiibo can do some simple combos. So up tilt we went over. Now down tilt is another one that the amiibo will pick up. Again, during training, you have to let the amiibo hit these attacks on you successfully in order for them to register in their brain that this is good, and then they will try follow-up attacks on their own, which is kind of what we want, right? More damage, the better. And then forward tilt, or F tilt if you will, it's just another solid close range option. You know, if you want quick damage, perfect. Nothing too much to say about this, just something that you should definitely throw in during training every now and then, but yeah, don't skip out on this one. Next up, let's go over forward smash, and now that I think about it, let's even throw in down smash. We'll lump these two together because simply they're good attacks, but these are attacks that you should only use when you're trying to finish off a stock. That's it. Use these very infrequently. Pikachu's got plenty of other things that he should be using. Tilt attacks, air attacks that we'll get to, grab combos he's got that's hard-coded, and we'll get to that as well. But forward and down smash definitely use somewhat, again, infrequently, but you should still try to use these once in a while. Now for the grab attacks. Pikachu is really good with grab. So one thing that I found out is that Pikachu's AI for his amiibo actually is pretty much hard-coded to use like down throw into up air, and then it will follow up with a forward or a back air depending on, you know, which direction the opponent is in front of or behind Pikachu. So that is hard-coded. Or in other words, you don't have to teach them to do the down throw into the up air into forward or back air combo. Again, the amiibo will do this on its own. The only thing that you have to focus on during training, just make sure you're using grabs. Just use the grab. Don't pummel. Just use the grab. Simple as that. The more often that you use the grab, and the more often that the amiibo will attempt to grab, again, let them grab you successfully, because then that way, in their brain, they go, aha, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Now let's talk about the air attacks. And I literally mean every single one of them. Pikachu does not have a single bad air attack for an amiibo. This is just fantastic stuff. So we'll start with the neutral air. This is really solid tool for Pikachu's amiibo here. It can do a ton of things. It can rack up damage. Even at certain points, it can do like a neutral air drag down into something else. So the amiibo can do that. It won't happen a whole lot, but it is possible for them to happen. So neutral air is just great to use in general. Plus, it's another great a safe landing option. So definitely use neutral air. Forward air, on the other hand, it's got good reach. Can KO off stage, can KO on stage technically, or above. So wherever you are, this is another one. Forward air, definitely make sure you use. Down air. Go off stage with Pikachu. Just destroy your opponents with this thing. Make sure you hit them. Amiibo learn by successfully dealing attacks. The more that they do it, the more likely they are to actually do it for the final product. And then, of course, we got back air. I guess we can just say this is another really good safe landing option. You know, it can be used in combos with the, you know, your up tilt or a grab combo, whatever it might be. You got options, but back throw, you can't go wrong with any of them. You just kind of play around with the ones you might feel the most comfortable with. But again, down air, definitely. Forward air is great, and up air especially above stage, is going to be a game changer. Now for the attacks that you should just avoid altogether. Neutral, special, just don't use it. It's not good on the Amiibo at all. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Down special, Thunder. Do not use this because from what I've been finding out, the Pikachu Amiibo AI will only use the move if the opponent gets hit by the Thunder Cloud, not the actual attack, but the Thunder Cloud. That's the only way that they use this, so it's best to avoid this altogether. And then even side special, Skull Bash, nope, 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 no, 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 no. I'll just say no a few more times. No, 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 no. Do not use this attack at all. Just avoid pretty much all of Pikachu's special attacks besides up special for recovery. Now, for those of you that are interested in equipping your Pikachu Amiibo with spirits, I got some recommendations for you guys. So starting things off with a good old classic physical attack up spirit. Now, Pikachu makes use of this in many different ways. Back air is a good one. Up air is a good example. Forward tilt, up tilt, and down tilt all will make use of this. So many moves in Pikachu's kit will greatly benefit from physical attack up spirit. Next spirit that you should consider, air attack up. Of course, Pikachu is phenomenal in the air with up air finishing off stocks, down air for the spikes, forward and back air for mega damage. So, any of the air attacks, of course, Pidgeot, you got Rouge the Bat, you got Gyarados, you got Beat over here. I think there's a couple other, Nakaruru, you got Sedith, you even got Gast. So there's plenty of options for the air attack up, but the Spirit, nonetheless, air attack up, phenomenal on Pikachu. Next one goes without saying, electric attack up. It's Pikachu. Do I really need to explain? I don't think I need to explain this, but again, smash attacks, forward and down smash. You got forward air. So you got many down air. Many attacks for Pikachu make use out of this spirit. It is one that I highly, highly, highly recommend. If you have one spot open on your Pikachu for spirits, it should probably go to electric attack up. Easy for me to say. Another spirit you might want to consider, shield damage. There's nothing wrong with dealing a little bit more damage to a shield, so if you want that, if you're having trouble if the Pikachu Amiibo that you're training isn't able to quite pop the shield of the opponent, maybe you want to consider this. There's a couple different ones. You got Wolfen, you got Mr. Saturn, Amy, just for example. Ochi, I think that was one of the new DLC spirits that came out just this year. So, there's a few different options that you can use. Next up, another spirit that Pikachu will greatly benefit from is the air defense up. We talked about air attack up for Pikachu, which is phenomenal. Well, your Pikachu is going to be in the air a lot, so chances are the Pikachu gets hit in the air a lot. So if you want to increase its defense, so the air defense up spirit reduces damage taken from air attacks. Pretty simple. It's a straightforward one. If you want more defense, can't go wrong with this one. Critical health stat up. This is one that you might want to also, have in consideration for your Pikachu, although this should be a low priority. Pikachu, from what I found out, and I don't think it's too surprising, can get KO'd relatively early, so that means making use of this spirit, which the spirit itself activates once Pikachu or any Amiibo that has this equipped. It will activate around the 90% damage. Once you receive 90% damage, this is when it will activate. But then, critical health stats is going to increase slightly your attack, your defense, and your speed. But again, lower priority if I have to say so, but it could still be a fun one. Trade-off ability, one of the best spirits in the entire game. Every Amiibo can make use of this. But if you're going to use this on your Pikachu, I would suggest for your stat-wise, you got attack and defense, put a lot more investment into the defensive side because Pikachu does get KO'd not quite easy, but oftentimes Pikachu might not make it to 100%. So that makes this trade-off ability with you already starting at 30% not really worth it. So if you're going to use trade-off ability, go for a more defensive, more of a tank sort of build, right? And this would be a perfect thing to pair with critical health stats, right? You start at 30%, so it's going to get you closer to critical health stats, activating that spirit as well. So go with the tanky sort of Pikachu build, and that could kind of be something unique. And last but not least, critical healing plus metal. This is another fantastic one. If you want to pair this with trade-off ability, It's not a bad idea. Trade-off ability starts you with 30% damage, and then critical healing and metal. Every single stock once you reach 80% damage. This heals you 30 damage points. So it brings you back down. So essentially the damage that you accumulate from trade-off ability gets nullified by critical healing as long as you make it to 80%, which is fantastic. So this is it's a pretty lethal combination, but critical healing and metal, something Pikachu can make pretty good use out of. So hopefully this guide was somewhat useful to somebody out there. I mean, that's the goal of the video, right? But that is going to be it for this one. Hope you all enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.